She proudly wore the mask of her dead enemy as a trophy, until he appeared behind her, alive. Part 1. The Mask of Victory. Zara knelt in the ashes of the battlefield, breathing in the smoke like it gave her strength. The fight was over. Bodies littered the rocky pass, the ground soaked with sweat, blood, and victory. She stood slowly, gripping the cracked leather mask she had pulled from the face of the man everyone feared, Commander Rail, the phantom soldier of the Northern Rebellion. He had haunted her kingdom for years, appearing like mist, killing like thunder, and vanishing before anyone could see his face. No one had ever touched him, until now, and she had done more than touch him. She had ended him, or so she believed. Zara lifted the mask high, letting the others see it as a symbol. The troops around her, her loyal fireborn, cheered with blood-crusted fists raised high. She strapped the mask to her shoulder like a war banner, its cold eyes forever staring behind her. "This," she said, her voice iron, "is the end of his legend. But the dead don't always stay buried." Part 2. Shadows Don't Die. The fortress gates opened in her name. Zara, crowned in dirt and victory, returned home to fanfare. Songs were written. Children wore wooden masks in celebration. The phantom had fallen, and the lioness had risen. But something gnawed at her gut, something colder than doubt. That night, as she laid the mask on her war table, she noticed something strange. It was still warm. "Strange," whispered her second-in-command, Talon. "You took it hours ago." She said nothing. Instead, she leaned in. There, inside the lining, was a faint trace of something recent, a burn mark, a sigil not of Rail, but of someone else. "He wasn't alone," she murmured. That night, she dreamt of fire and footsteps behind her. When she woke, her door was ajar. Part 3. Behind her. Zara didn't flinch any more when danger whispered. She welcomed it. She hunted it. But nothing prepared her for the voice that met her the next evening, in the stone corridor outside her chamber. "Where in my face are you?" She spun around, blade drawn, then froze. There he stood, alive, Commander Rail. Same height, same gaze, but something deeper in his eyes now, like death had spoken him and let him go. "You're supposed to be dead," she hissed. "I was," he replied. "But vengeance has a heartbeat." Her blade trembled. "I tore this from your corpse." "You tore it from a decoy," he said, stepping closer. "A boy I trained to die in my name." The mask, strapped to her shoulder, suddenly felt like ice. "I came to thank you," he said, voice like a blade sliding from a sheath. "You made me a martyr. Now I can be something worse." She lunged, but he caught her wrist midair, not with anger, with calm. "I could kill you now," he said, "but what's the fun in that?" She spat in his face. He smiled. "You gave the world a monster," he whispered. "Now it wants more." And just like that, he vanished into the dark behind her. Again. Part 4. The New Face of War. The kingdom mourned its confidence the next day. A village burned overnight. Same mark, same silence. Rail's symbol had returned. But this time, no one believed they could stop him. Zara stood before her war council, the mask now locked in the case beside her. "He's alive," she said. "And this time, he wants chaos, not conquest." The council murmured in terror. "What do we do?" Talon asked. Zara's eyes were steel. "We give him what he gave us, fear." She turned to the mask. "If I wore this as a trophy, let him see me burn it." And she did. Right there, in the war hall, she lit a blaze. The leather curled, the threads blackened, the eyes shriveled in the heat. "No more legends," she said. "Only truth, only war." But far beyond the castle walls, A figure watched the rising smoke. Rael stood on a distant cliff, maskless, smiling. "She finally sees me," he said. "And now, the real war begins."